It's Fortune Co. So we're going to be kicking things off once again, of course, TWC 2016, the Asian Qualifiers, and this is, of course, the other side of our quarterfinal sort of matchup, currently kind of kicking off sort of thing, and it's going to be a pretty exciting one so far. Of course, it is Singapore versus Indonesia, and we're straight off the bat going straight into the action. As Splash Key will find one X-Accurate, we'll find another one on the other hand of things, but the frags are still going to be unfolding aplenty right now, as they do try and hit towards those B-sites, but Splash Key finds himself another one, but not before Banteng picks up another trade. So we're still in a 3v3 situation now, the HP still falling towards the Singapore side, as it is looking pretty rough for the Indian side, and Nate just coming an absolute slam dunk there. As Rose will fall as well. Now Forge will fall as well, and it looks like Singapore are going to be picking themselves up around here. Been some good play coming out from them so far, and of course, you know, we did hear the analysts, they made their predictions. Even though Singapore, being D2's pick, they personally feel like Indonesia going to be walking away with this one and walking away perhaps the next one with a swift 2-0. So it's going to be an interesting one to see if that's what will take place or if we'll be seeing anything different. And remember, guys, as we do jump into the second round by coming in with the SMGs in play, if you do want to get involved at home, we do have all the social media at eFragNet where you can get in touch with us and let us know your thoughts. And, you know, your thoughts about this right now are surely going to be so along. So what a massacre coming out. X-Accurate picking up a beautiful 3k with that Tech 9. The Scout, though, peeks out, finds one, but quickly gets traded back by Rose. So some good play once again coming out of the UMP, trying to do some work, but well, what a massacre of a round coming out from the Indonesian side. Some beautiful play. The Tech 9 just doing so much work towards long there, and now Benkai, he's just going to be left with that UMP in hand at a 1v4, trying to keep the dream alive, but he will fall to the hands of Rose's Peter 50.
Having trouble here, Mr. Flake. I'm having trouble.
I'm gathering you're having trouble, man.
My computer just froze the whole thing.
Are you all good now, though? That's
I'm
what
good.
counts.
Just trying to get Skype back on so I can get an IP.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little rundown of what just happened. We just saw one hell of a pistol round take place with some beautiful trades going at left, right, and centre, and followed by an absolute upset of a round coming from Indonesia, as we saw one player, X-Accurate, just fly out of long, Tech 9, and comes in a beautiful back-to-back 3k, just headshots aplenty with the Tech 9. Some beautiful play coming, and well, that is really one way of setting the scene for this match so far. And of course, we are still just going to be kicking away in this third round so far. Just 1 minute 30 left on the clock. And Indonesia are already going to be moving their way out towards that A-long once again.
Yeah, so nice. Bit of a buy from Indonesia, just making sure they can stack up that money. It's actually a bit of a risky buy going for this many SMGs. But, that being said, they are up against no armor at all. So they should be just fine. There shouldn't be a problemo here. And it should be good to go. Because such similar flags. You would think it's Poland playing each other, but it's not. It's Indonesia and Singapore, hence the names. So there you go. A bit of a factoid for you, old chum.
Well, some interesting facts to say. You're starting to remind me of someone who seems to come out with You know, I'm missing that actually. We haven't had any interesting facts about the different teams yet, so I've missed that. But,
yeah, well, we've had all the interesting facts during the last stage.
That is true so far. You do make a good point there. As Frag's still rolling in a plenty right now. Indonesia now just doing all the work, as they have completely decimated Singapore's economy beforehand, just giving them no opportunity to fight this one back. And once again, it's all left on Benkai to try and make something happen with the UMP. And as expected, he falls to the hands of the Indonesian side. And well, that's what done and dusted. Indonesia actually starting to take a bit of a lead here now after losing that pistol round. And well, they're going to be fairly comfortable. They have a lot to play with here. Those Scout still going to be sticking on X-Accurate there, and the SMG is still going to be sticking up on 3 of their players. And the rifle going to be coming out on Forged. And well, for the Singapore side, not so much. There are going to be no rifles or SMGs to talk of. It's going to be 1 HD grenade and 1 flash, and perhaps a handful of Peter 50s. That's simply put all they can afford and all that is worth them investing into this round.
Yeah, not too much to play with. There is going to be an armor on Tommy SG, but that's about all they have to play with. It's a full B stack here, but unfortunately for Singapore, it's all going towards the A-bomb site. Only Banteng over there to try and cause somewhat of a distraction. And, oh no, Banteng, don't call your friends over, this could be horrific. 1, 2, 3. 3 not going to come in just yet, but Forge does find it. And so, why are they going to be, I don't know. Benkai going to go down, and now all on Moxie. He's going to find one onto Banteng, but he is going to go down in turn. So, massive, massive money now being built up for Indonesia. They have crazy banks. The bankroll is like Donald Trump on steroids.
Well, they just got given a small loan of $1 million, of course, and well, they're going to be happy with that one, as the AWP is going to be coming into play here up on X-Accurate. Now, if he's anything as accurate as if he was with that Tech 9 in the second round, then, well, I'm quivering at thinking what he can possibly get up to do here with that AWP in hand. Well, so far it's going to be a bit of a peek down mid, trying to connect a shot there, but no one is going to be facing him anytime soon. It looks like we're going to be seeing a bit of a mid hit here, potentially, just taking some mid control, working it through lower tunnels there, just not really putting any pressure towards A-Long at all here, which is just perhaps a little bit risky here. Singapore, they have a big opportunity if they opted to do it to try and just push up towards A-Long and take some control there, but unfortunately for them, it doesn't seem like they want to take the risk, and doesn't seem like they have the information just yet of that's what the T's are going to be doing.
Yeah, hard to know, but of course with that AWP in play, they can anchor down. Flashkey going to allow his teammate Tommy to just take the reins over there as his AWP moves back, and that should be good enough for him. I've actually only just put on some clothes just now. I put on some jeans, so dressing gown is down. Splashkey going to open it up. Banteng going down, but Rosal straight back in as Accurate comes in with another one, and this is a domination. BT Internet holding down in mid. Hoping he's going to find a kill. There it is. BT Internet onto Alex, and now Splashkey, the last man alive. He opened it up with one, but now it is over. AWP in hand. I think the best thing to do here is save.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the smart call here. Splash just needs to walk away with the AWP, cut his losses, and try and bring that one into the next round. And I do just want to touch on something. His name, I'm pretty sure his name is probably not BT Internet. I'm just going to put that one out there.
Yeah, once again, Indonesia just proving their prowess in this one. I did say I was expecting Indonesia, China, but I hoped it would be Indonesia, Mongols. So, somewhat disappointed, but hey, in this industry, disappointment is just a way of life.
I just don't know if I can deal with you calling him BT Internet, to be honest. I hope he's at least as reliable as, well, not as reliable as BT Internet, sorry.
Oh, I think BT Internet's not that bad.
I mean, that's
bad.
a so questionable fact right there, but things still going to be kicking off here. Indonesia, of course, 4 rounds up in comparison to Singapore's 1 round right now. The AWP's certainly going to be still in play here. Well, for the Singapore side, they are, of course, just limited to these pistols, and the dangerous thing is that Accurate can be caught completely off guard here, but he's going to get himself up towards long, so he's not going to be risking it too much there, and, well, now, hopefully, BNT can just get out of that one alive and not overface here, and the biggest worry right now is that losing our needed rifles, and it seems like Benkai will answer that question for us as he takes down BNT and picks himself up that AK, and, well, potentially will save it, hopefully.
Yeah, going to hold on to that one. BT Internet dead now, so Accurate man needs to try and get back into this one. Forge going to be the first man to find a kill. Almost doubling it up there. And the kill comes in from Accurate. Now all on to Benkai, who did recover the AK, who's going to be holding onto it. And Moxie, who wants to do a little bit of damage. And Mr. Flake, I think Indonesia might just win this round.
I think Indonesia might just have the advantage here. Of course, that bomber is going to be ticking away slowly but surely. Or, maybe slowly the wrong word, as it, of course, is going to be rapidly ending up in an explosion very, very soon now. Moxie going to be pushing out towards long, just holding it, making sure that no one does decide to overextend just a little bit too much there. And, of course, he knows there are going to be players in pit, so he has to play his cards right here. Well, now he goes for the push, and the AWP shot doesn't quite connect. And, well, that means that he's going to find absolutely nothing. And, not quite what he's hoping for.
One thing that I can tell you, Flake, you know what that is?
I mean, what is that? You go for it, Harold. I'm ready.
I forgot, to be honest.
I mean,
I'm trying to remember. Hold on, stay with me. Stay with me. Oh yeah, this is Dust 2 is Singapore's pick.
Yeah, the analysts believe that even with Singapore, even with it being their pick, they believe that it's just going to be a quick and easier Indonesia 2-0. And to be honest, judging by this performance so far, I'm inclined to agree with them. But we do see that they are putting up a good fight in this round, actually. So the one time we bring up it being their map pick, they actually do put up a good fight. As Moxie will find one, but of course the bomb is still going to be ticking away here. So still the pressure is going to be on for them to find something here. And well, Forge just making a slight mistake there with the flash, so not quite the ideal thing in the world here, as that Molotov is certainly going to be set to go down towards door now, making sure that no push comes in. The AWP is going to come in and falls Accurate, but what a beautiful second shot, looking for the third, and he will find it. Absolute domination coming out there from Accurate. I said right from the get-go, I was so excited to see what he could pull off with an AWP, and well, that is that done and dusted. Some absolutely excellent play coming out there with the AWP from him. Just an absolute repeat of exactly what he pulled off in the second round with those 3 back-to-back headshots with the Tech 9, and what a beautiful round coming out from him, just adding another round to the board of the Indonesian side.
Absolutely incredible round, no doubt about it. So that's going to be Indonesia taking a 6th round that maybe they had no right to, but still That's impressive. BT Internet just going to be putting down that smoke with a bit of help from Forged, and they are going to be trying to take that long position. Flashbangs go over, and the push comes in. Trying to take onto that control, make sure they can get in there and get dirty. Tommy G getting one before the trades come in and make it a double. BT Internet going ham. Banteng follows it up, and once again Indonesia dominant in the round. Splash Key has got the AWP on site, but what he can do with it, who knows? And I don't hold out too much hope for him in a 4 versus 2. Once he's spotted, he'll be isolated, or X-Accurate can just shoot him. So, Splash Key down, and Moxie, the last remaining player on the CT side. Not looking great so far from the Singaporeans. I actually have some cousins that live in Singapore.
Oh, interesting fact. And I mean, if you could say anything to the Singaporeans right now, what do you think they're doing wrong? What do you think is allowing Indonesia just to walk all over them and find these frags?
To be honest, I think it's just frag power. Indonesia, they're obviously playing as a unit. They've played as this unit before. They played as this unit last year in the TWCs. They were at the finals. They're a strong team. They're fragging hard. What else can you do? Singapore just aren't on the same level, I'm afraid. It's that simple.
Well, down, they seem to agree with you on that one, as they also did predict that quick and easy 2-0 coming in from the Indonesian side. And well, Singapore so far, they just don't appear to be able to put up a fight here at all. It is, of course, 7 rounds on the board for Indonesia, 1 round on the board for Singapore. And I do just want to touch on something. You know, Harold, this is a really important matchup. The winner of this BF Best of 3 will bring themselves straight up into that matchup where they are playing it for a qualification spot to get themselves to the finals. Something you said yourself, Indonesia have been to before. But Singapore, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure. I don't believe they have. So it's, you know, it's a very important storyline for both these teams. They're going to be looking to make the first and, you know, just get themselves back towards Serbia there and get themselves playing on that land final stage. And there's a lot to play for here, so there can't be any mistakes. Singapore have to start playing perfectly, and they can't just allow Indonesia to walk all over them so far. But we're just seeing a bit of a repeat here. But credit where credit is due, they don't have the money to really battle this one just yet. But the next round now, this round is the tell-all. They don't have much opportunity left to really try and battle this one out, but they do have 6k in the bank now on every single play. So buy up those orbs, buy up that rifle, and buy up all the utility they could possibly need to fight the might of Indonesia.
And they're going to need everything they can cobble together if they want to put up a fight here. Of course, the AWP is out. But look at the money here for Indonesia. There's no breaking this bank. Not at this stage in the game. It's impossible. They're going to be able to buy for the next 5 rounds no matter what. And that's a scary thought. But Singapore are going to do their best. Even restricting the economy here is not enough. They need to be winning rounds. Not winning frags, not winning battles, winning rounds. That's what matters. And right now, they're not doing that. So, moving into that A bomb site. Alex is going to be trying to take a peek, but I think he's going to be met with somewhat some aggression here. Does find himself 1 kill onto Banteng, but with 4 players staring you down. Not the ideal scene to be staring at when you have only an M4 and no support, no flashbangs, nothing to help you out. DTs are going to be going for the instant retake here. The boost comes in. Nice little play from Splash Key. Going to be able to take that kill, but the trade comes in. BT Internet takes down Benkai. Although the flank is on its way. Moxie going to head through. He spots out X-Accurate here. Going to get the frag. Of course it's going to be X-Accurate. Nice shot comes through. And this is looking like another round in the bag for Indonesia, unless we can see some hero play. Splash Key not going to get anything done there, and Tommy SG also going to fall. That is a domination. This is Indonesia playing at another level.
I'm starting to agree with you as well. I didn't want to kind of, you know, I don't want to push too far and start going there just too quickly now. I wanted to, you know, we wanted some hope for the Singapore side, but at least in this first map, you know, I don't want to comment too much on Cobblestone. Cobblestone could be a different pick completely, but at least over on Dust 2, it seems to be Indonesia just walking all over Singapore, with X-Accurate just being the catalyst that started it all. Look at him right now, 14-2, absolute domination, winning rounds for his team single-handedly. And now all that is left is Singapore to try and claw together the pieces. And well, Benkai will try to do some work. You know, with a deagle, will find 1 head. Now he's going to be looking for a second as well, but he's not going to be able to find it, as he will be taken down by the hands of Rizzy, utilizing that rifle well. And well, now it's all on Moxie, Tommy, and Slasher trying to make something happen here. And X-Accurate finds another pick, just holding off towards tunnels and making sure that nobody is going to be going for that push there, as Moxie relaxes towards window. The push though going to be coming in, and Rizzy will just end it all completely for him. And it's all on Splash. He's stuck in tunnels. He's being pushed. The knife kills it. you guys. Couple of technical issues there, a little bit of an outage, but we are going to be swinging straight back into things. It is, of course, as you guys have witnessed in the eerie silence that has to, or the eerie silence that has took place, it is of course 11-2. The scoreline, 11 rounds up for Indonesia, just 2 on the board for Singapore. And Singapore look like they're struggling just a little bit here to really be able to make anything happen at all. It is the 14th round, of course, and not much opportunity for them to try and worm their way back into this one. As now is their kind of their final shot really. They've only got 2 more rounds left to play with, and they have an opportunity to at least bring us back to 11-4. And Alex does find one frag, but Rose going to find another one straight back, and now Rose finds himself a second, looking for a third as well. But meanwhile, Splash getting himself in position with the scout to just help hold off this long push that is surely set to roll in very, very soon now, with the bomb being ready as well. And what we do see actually Benkai wrapping from behind, and this could prove to be absolutely lethal unless the wrap does come in, and the orb just going to be looking towards mid, but Axe Accurate going to find one, but he will die to the hands of Benkai, who's ready and waiting behind him. But it's still a 3v2 situation, still pretty bleak for the Singapore side, and they have to play this one perfectly. Of course, the clock is going to be ticking down, so not too much opportunity for Indonesia here. They have to really just make a decision on whether they're going to push up towards A or try and push through mid perhaps and try to go B. And well, that's going to be the biggest thing. Of course, 50 seconds on the clock does give them enough time to go towards B, which looks like the decision they're going to be making here, as we do see that rotate coming towards T-spawn. And it doesn't look like they've been spotted either, so they may have a completely open route towards this B side to get this bomb down. And well, that will be devastating for the Singapore side, as retaking into 2v3 on towards that B site will be excruciatingly painful. And they do have the utility, give or take some, to play with here for the Indonesian side, but when you look at it from a Singapore perspective on the retake they'll have to pull off, they quite literally have a smoke and a flash to play with, and that means that there's a whole lot of pressure on them playing this one absolutely perfectly. There's of course 20 seconds left. The bomb does need to get its way over towards the bomb plant spot though. It needs to get its way down. Looks like a lot of utility being used just to make sure that that site is completely clear, which it does give away the fact that the bomb is going to be down towards that B site just a little bit early, so the rotates will begin to come in.
But they do have one more Molotov to play with, so at least that's a key factor. As a result, we'll use it over towards the tunnels. Going to be Benkai pushing through, trying to get that pick in the tunnels, working for him. But in a 3 versus 2, this is not looking great. He's going to find the frag there, and the double comes in. Moxie able to find the second. Luckily, BT Internet in position to find the follow-up. So, who's going to win this key, crucial round now? BT Internet tagging through the box. Benkai going to take the frag, but is there time? He has a kit. I don't think there's time for this. There's not. There's no time. That's the end of that.
Yeah, it is done and dusted. Another round on the board, and well, the time certainly wasn't in his favour that time around, as Indonesia will, of course, pick up another round on the board. And I mean, this is absolutely just dominating play coming out from them. They're just really not allowed Singapore any entry into this round. And well, we're talking about domination right now. There's no other way to dominate someone than just whipping out some auto snipers and forcing them on your opponent. And it seems like that's what we're going to be seeing a little bit here. It's got one AWP in hand and just about 3 other auto snipers left, just to tap away down through mid there, and it's just excruciatingly painful. A little bit of damage being exchanged towards Benkai, and well, now it comes down to these auto snipers just pushing themselves closely up towards that short position. The push is going to be coming in, and this is the rifle, and Rose could prove to be extremely strong, as it will find one, as Alec now ready and waiting, sees in hand, trying to tap away, will find one, looks for a second as well, and he will actually connect the shots there, so some beautiful play coming out from him, but it doesn't look it's going to be enough so far, as X-Accurate picks off Alec. Forge finds a frag on towards Benkai, and now it's all on Splash from Moxley to try and make something happen there.
Not much opportunity, but the final round of the half, Blake's they got to do something. Moxie is in position with the 5-7. First time we've seen that in a while. Hoping to get some damage done. Me walking up. Maybe. No, he's going to have to fall back now. Now they know he's there. There's no chance he can get anything done. He's going to go down. 2v1. Flash keep. The last man alive versus the Wild. Can he do it? Can he not? Who knows?
That is going to be the situation that is going to be unfolding so far, as he's got 71 HP to play with, but no utility, and he will find himself attacked with the scout, looks for a second as well, and he will eventually connect the frag on towards Forged, but he finds himself attacked, but it's not going to be enough, just 4 HP left on towards BNT, but he will not fall. Instead, he'll find the frag, and he'll close out the half. 13-2 for Indonesia. Absolute decimation coming into effect there. Some beautiful play coming out. And now, all that relies on them to close out this map and close out map 1 is this pistol round. And to be honest, I feel like, we're going to be seeing a player like X-Accurate or even Rose just go absolutely huge once again and really just punish and just end it all for the teams here.
A bit dark, isn't it?
I think it's just it's the truth. It's the truth at this point.
Yeah,
it is
the
truth.
thing is, if it's this one-sided on Dust 2, what's it going to be when we move over to Cobblestone? That's the problem.
With Cobblestone, there is a little bit more strategic level play that you can put into it, and there's a little bit more reliance on that strategy. So there's always a potential for Singapore to have a lot more to play with when it comes down to their strategy. But at the same time, if they're getting out-aimed this hard on Dust 2, there's still potential for that to happen on over on Cobblestone. And look at the tags coming down through the smoke there. They're all going to barrel out on towards that site now. Alex and Tommy will find themselves fragged respectively, but now it's time for that retake to be getting himself ready to come in, and X-Accurate will find himself one on towards Moxie. The Tech 9 though will take him out, so Tommy going to find himself a frag there, and actually a 4v2 situation coming into play now for the Indonesian side. They actually have a pretty tough one to try and make happen here so far. Well, they find themselves getting tagged down, brought back down to a 4v1. Tommy doing even more work with the Tech 9, but not before Rose will find the frag and shut him down. And there's still a 1v3 left for him to play with it.
Yeah, so nice win from Singapore there, but why do I get the feeling? I don't know. There's two choices here for Indonesia. Either force up, which is what they're going to do, or eco it, get a buy-in, and just win this. They're not going to be patient. They want to win it now, but why do I get the feeling they might win this?
I don't know. I'm not sure why you get the feeling. It's one of those questions that you have to be asked. And I mean, I'll let you explain. What do you think is going to go down here?
Well, that basically X-Accurate opens it up there, and I just believe they have such good aim, such superior confidence that they're able to take those gunfights, know that they're going to win it, and when you know you're going to win a gunfight, Flakes, I think you can agree with this. 70% of the time, you're going to win that gunfight.
Yeah, I can agree with on that one. If you're confident, if you're really feeling the confidence, then yeah, you do walk into a gunfight. Just feeling it. I guess feeling it is the only way you can really put it, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, just confidence play. It's huge. It really is. It's hard to measure, but it's something you can see when a team starts really rolling. The aggression is going to come out here from both Banteng and Forged. And it's going to be the push going towards the A long area. Now, there is a wild Rizzo over there to try and defend this one. But how much can he really do? The flank's coming in. Although, they're moving. The big yellow blob is moving to what looks like it could be towards B. And they've been spotted. Now the rotate will come on in. But it's all a fake. What's going on, Flakes? What should I say? Fakes!
I mean, it certainly is going to be a pretty rough one so far, and if they don't clock onto this one pretty quickly, then it could actually open up a situation here for the Singapore side. But unfortunately, BNC comes in with a beautiful 1D, and it's just absolutely devastating once again coming in. They're completely knocked down. They had such a good situation, but then another one comes in through the smoke. DJ Khaled is in the house because absolutely just decimation coming out, and that is the key word. Alice, when you talk about this game, that's all I want to hear, because this is all it has been. Moxie left in a 1v3, trying to keep the dream alive. He will find one, but he won't be able to find the second, and my heart has been taken. It's been thrown around, smashed around the place with that round, because some beautiful play to witness there, and Indonesia, they're just proving they are so strong at the way they are playing right now, and Singapore, on the other hand of things, just really beginning to struggle, and it's becoming really apparent that they are just not on the same level as Indonesia, on Dust 2 at least.
That first shot from BT Internet was nice. That second shot was insane.
There isn't really much words you can put to describe it, isn't it?
Nutty.
We've said nutty, we've said decimation, we've gone down that route so many times now, and we're running out of adjectives to use here to describe the players. X-Accurate comes in with a beautiful shot through door there, just taking down Slashkey already, removing him from the server. And now Moxie, though, he will fight back, finds himself a frag on towards Forged, but it's already looking pretty rough, as BNT just going to be ready and waiting, holding towards mid and making sure no crazy push will be coming out. But it looks like the timing won't actually work out in Indonesia's favour. But it doesn't matter, as the scout is going to be doing all the work here, and they decided to cross. Why have they not crossed towards the site? You really need to cross and get the bomb down in this situation, as Benkai will find one for his team. But now the push going to be coming in. The scout finds one, finding a second as well. The tag's going to be rolling in, and it's looking like it will fall in towards the hang of Singapore.
Second shot from X-Accurate?
It was absolutely insane, but it was so close. It came down to quite literally millimeters before that round nearly fell into the hands of the Indonesian side. And X-Accurate once again, even though they didn't quite pick up the round, he delivered an absolute beautiful display of Counter-Strike.
Tell you what, Flakes, if they keep that up into the second half, God help them. Who am I quoting, Flakes? You should know.
I'm lost for words. I'm actually lost for words.
UK player, well known.
I mean, I didn't even catch the full part of the quote. I'm just completely
If they keep
I've been
that up
brutalised
into the
by
second
Indonesia right
half,
now.
God help them.
I actually don't realise it. No. It's gone right over my head.
Alright,
Have to...
guess who it is. Right, it's a UK player, well known. Yeah, that should be enough.
Okay, Neil M, for example.
Yeah, because he's a UK player, isn't he?
Well, I mean, not really. Yeah, true. I don't know.
Who's the most well-known UK player?
We have a good chunk of like well-known UK players.
Who's the most well-known?
It depends on opinion. Who would be your most well-known UK player?
A pleb, an HLTV pleb.
Well, I'm glad you got that out of your system, Harold, because of course I'm going to be still waiting to see what
You haven't guessed
Indonesia...
who it is.
I'm not going to guess who it is either.
Rattlesnake.
Ah. I mean, I guess that was kind of obvious, though, no?
Yeah, it was. Can't believe you.
I thought you were talking about like just known UK scene people, so like... You see a lot of like Neil M's, etc. in the UK scene. So
A lot of different Neil M's.
A lot of the different Neil M's. I actually saw a guy playing DC under in Neil M's name the other day. It was kind of fun.
Really? Seems it.
Just good times, really. Just good times on ECA. But either way, we're still waiting for things to unfold. Exaccurate will find a frag with the CZ there, but Alec will fight back. M4 in hand, picks up a frag on towards him. So taking the MVP out of the round here. So now it's all on Indonesia to use their raw skill alone without the sniper Exaccurate to try and make something happen here. But it seems that Singapore have just dismantled them piece by piece, and they found themselves some frags aplenty and managed to bring it back somehow. And that is a 6th round on the board for them. And well, somehow they're starting to make something happen here, but the worry for them is that their big problem is they have such a long road ahead of them if they do want to pick up this map. And Indonesia, on the other hand, one singular big play, and, well, seeing quite a few of them, that's all they need. One singular big play and their economy is gone, and that is that done and dusted. They'll pick up match point, and the following round will swiftly follow. And that's the big worry for Singapore. They simply can't afford to make a single mistake. They can't allow any of their players to go huge. And, well, that's a good way of kicking things off so far. With Splashgate going huge, though, finding himself 2 frags, Exaccurate and Bantang. They're going to be fighting to keep themselves in it. Exaccurate just holding towards door, but will find himself being smoked off. But he now pushes up close, just pushes right through, and finds himself a frag through the box there. But doesn't matter, as Tommy will find the trade. But still, he's in a 1v2 now, trying to make the best of this situation, which will mean he falls back towards the T-spawn, bomb in hand.
Get something done. Of course, 2 versus 1 now. Did they check the... Oh my god. If they wanted to hand that to him on a silver platter, that's how they did it.
Well, that just happened. That is all that is left to say about that one. It was allowed. It was just handed to him, as you said, and well, all that's left to be said about that is just it welcomes another round to the board for the Singapore side, and all we can hope for Indonesia is they don't start getting a little bit tilted almost. They need to keep their head in the game right now. They have the opportunity to lose rounds. They could lose the next 3 and still close out the series fairly comfortably here, but they can't afford necessarily to do it, as their mentality is going to be the worrying factor so far as they do try and get the Z crown quickly done and dusted. Just even using USBs for the most part here, just trying to make the best of this one, get the damage done, and just do what they can here as CZ picks will come in. Rose and Bantang will find themselves some picks respectively. So overall, not looking too bad for them so far. Actually, somehow doing quite well in the CK round.
Certainly could go worse as Splashkey finding himself 1 there. They'll take down Roseau, but still 3 versus 3. Actually, not looking bad. If they can find themselves a few more kills, maybe they'll be happy days. Oh, missed shot there from Splashkey, going to be a bit of an inconvenience. Moxie now taking a peek. He's going to be spotted out, but keeping his life is what matters. Splashkey going to have to fall back on that orb. He doesn't want to get caught out. He's going to find the frag. And the remaining 2 players looking like they want to fall back. Yeah, saving some weapons, getting out of dodge. And Singapore, I don't believe in the comeback, but at least they're doing something.
Yeah, that's certainly the interesting factor there. They do have an opportunity to at least try and make something happen here, and I do have a little bit of hope for them, but as you say, you can only really have a sliver, can't you? You can't really just go in and fully hope for them to try and make something happen here, as they do, of course, usher in that 8th round there on the board for them. But Indonesia, once again, they've saved 2 rifles at the end of this one, and, well, they're going to be getting a warp up on Exaccurate now, and, as we touched on, it only takes 1 huge play to bring them to that match point. But of course, we are going to be seeing what Singapore are going to be opting to do here.
Whoa, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Flakes? Trying to be me? Trying to be me? Trying to be my voice?
Am I trying to do your voice? Is that a thing?
How dare you?
Well, I mean, just go crazy.
Just go crazy. Oh, missed shot from his accurate there. Oh, very hard shot to hit, but missed all the same. Forging out with that second AWP in hand. Gonna be trying to get some work done. Of course, triple AWP sounds like interesting. So far, it's not really working too well. Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
2 AWPs down.
I agree with that one. They are, of course, going to be trying to make the best of this one so far, though. Of course, Indonesia is certainly not on the happy side of the stick so far, as they are going to be already handed at a disadvantage. And the nades are going to be rolling out now. Flashes and nades are plenty as Molotovs roll down towards long, but you know, really, he's actually going to burn in the fire there to the hands of Splashgate. So some good stuff rolling out from Singapore so far, actually doing some good work. And these Molotovs are going to roll down to that site and clear it out even further. And it's all on BNT now. He has to hold this cross if they want any route into this round at all. And well, his opportunity will quickly follow. It begins, and he misses the shot. There's that one done and dusted. Not much opportunity, pretty disappointing fact to come in, and it means that once again we're going to be seeing these two Indonesia players head back towards this B site and save for as long as they can.
Yeah. This is crumbling. Crumbling between the legs of Indonesia. I doubt they're going to allow this comeback to be in full, but every round it gets closer. And every single round, it gets a little bit worse. Not good at all. One gun gonna fall there, and beat the internet, unable to hold on to his. So, no guns saved, no kills. This is disastrous. Disastrous is what I was trying to say.
Well, that's going to be the thing so far, and what lots left to be said so far is Singapore, they are going to be edging their way back into this one, round by round, and it does get worrying when you think about it. Still, Singapore have managed to get from just 2 to 9 rounds now, 14 rounds on the board for the Indonesian side, but it's you know, not the prettiest thing in the world. And for the Singapore side, if they keep this one up, then Indonesia might start running out of opportunities to fight this one back, and they might find their economy doesn't allow them to fight back.
Yeah. I mean, this is not looking good. Exactly, you're taking a Kenny S angle there. Just, oh, you're alright. Gonna move. Hoping he can get something done. But I don't think it's going to work out for him. Because, well, we were talking about confidence play earlier. And the wind from their sails seems to be hot air. Not looking good so far. But then again, still solid 5 rounds up. So maybe there's still a chance. Maybe they're just going to wake up.
Well, that's going to be the thing. Literally, at any point, we could see them just awake and pick up those 2 rounds and end it there. And then, well, we can almost hope to be seeing that so far. But at the same time, you know, I'm starting to feel it just a little bit for the Singapore side now. They've put in some good rounds to bring it back. They've worked hard to bring it back to their scoreline. And all they have to do now is potentially try and close this one out, bring it back to 14-14 and pick up this map, which is at the end of the day their map pick. So, you know, there's got to be a reason they picked this map. And well, so far so good, as Benkai will open up the round for them. Finds a pick on towards Exakura, so already taking down one of the, you know, potentially the best players on towards the Indonesian side, but this hold could be absolutely devastating so far as the first frag roll in, the second frag is set to follow, but Moxie and Benkai, they just pick up both of those frags respectively and completely mow down that hold, and, well, finding one frag isn't simply going to be enough now, as it's a 4v2 situation, and it's BNT and Rose to try and make this one happen, and it seems that we're going to be seeing a save once again here.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all. I don't know what to say, Mr. Flake. I don't know what to say. They are crumbling. They're literally crumbling. Indonesia, wake up now. Rosso, gotta find one. This is not good enough. They're now within 4 rounds of each other. If Singapore keep this up, they're going to be tying up the scoreline, and the money is great. This has been 7 rounds now in a row for Singapore. That being said, there were about 12 rounds in a row for Indonesia, so they can definitely do it. But right now they're just not proving that to us. They're not showing us what they're capable of. In fact, they're showing us very little. I'd like to see them wake up. We need to make money. I wish we could turn back time.
I mean, that's certainly true. They are going to be looking to try and make the best of this one so far, as they still need to find themselves a solid entry. Perhaps, we need to see some more players aside from X-Accurate step up to the table for the Indonesian side and start edging out those rounds for them right now, as it's getting closer and closer to a rough situation for them. And well, they only need 2 rounds. 2 rounds is all that separates them from picking up that first map. And when you look at it like that, it is pretty rough to think about how far Singapore have come to bring this one back. And they are going to be looking to bring this one home. And as I said before, I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel some hope that they can do it here. But it'd just be so devastating for the Indonesian side if they let this one happen. As of course, the 25th round, not many rounds left to play with here, as things do begin to unfold slowly but surely, just getting themselves in a comfortable position here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just hoping that they can pull something out of their sleeve, just get a lucky kill, get that one kill that's going to change it all. But right now, Singapore is playing as the better team. That is a tough pill to take, tough bullet to bite.
The worrying thing was that they weren't playing the better team so early on. They were just getting decimated in that first half, and in the second half they've really fought back here on towards their T side. It's just been so strong, and Indonesia just appear to have really just had nothing left to do here. They just don't appear to be able to connect any frags at all, and it is pretty worrying, but so far so good. 2 frags actually rolling in now, so Indonesia perhaps starting to edge their way back into this one, as BNT will find another with a grenade, but Benkai begins to start trading this one back, but it's only going to find one, and one is not going to be enough, as eventually those frags do roll in a way that Indonesia will surely be happy about, as they do pick up match point. But the problem now is they've let it go on so long that there is no economy left to be broken here for the Singapore side. They can quite comfortably go on a full buy once again here, and Indonesia have to do it all over again, and even they don't have the strongest economy to try and rebuy here.
Yeah, Singapore though, they have money for days. They're going to buy until they die. Quite literally. They have so much money, they have no worries in the world. But the thing is, Indonesia, they're on match point. They've done the work in the first half, and even though they haven't looked good, they're back in. Now they're alive. They're doing a bit of work. Interestingly, only 4 bombs have gone off the entire game. Isn't that interesting?
That is it's an interesting fact. I feel like, I don't know whether it says too much at all though, because if you look at the way the rounds have played out, it's been very frag reliant, right?
Yes.
They've not really been reliant on clutches or retakes too much. We've seen a couple of really strong retakes, but aside from that, a lot of it has come down to some very big plays early on in the rounds when it comes down to those frags.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, I guess, precedent. He's accurate, just falling there, finds himself a shot. The thing is, we've seen Indonesia play so well, but then we see just poor rounds. We see them crumble under the pressure. But they're on match point now. They're on match point now, and they should be doing work. BT Internet going to take one. Tommy able to trade that out. But BT Internet, he still wants more. Going to take down one more. Now they've been the 3 versus 2 as the bomb works its way towards that A bomb site. Bomb in hand, AWP in hand. Moxie going to be trying to do some work, looking for the frag, but it's not going to be presenting itself just yet. He's working his way down that long area, and BT Internet, the man he has to oppose. If he can find the opening shot, maybe he has a chance in this round to keep his team in this for at least one more, but BT Internet goes unspotted, and his accurate holds from behind. But they're aware of the mole in the works. Alex is in mid. He's working his way down. No need to smoke the cross. They know it's safe. BT Internet going to find the opening kill with 13 seconds remaining. This round is on 1, and Indonesia take a 16-10.
It is done and dusted. 16-10 is the scoreline, of course, and that is just one map of potentially 2 or even 3, depending on the performance in this second map, of course. But to walk you through exactly what will happen and exactly what did just happen, including what was one hell of a comeback attempt from Singapore, it will be our wonderful analyst desk. So I'll hand you guys straight back to them. Svojchenko, take it away.
Close up.